Hi everyone, it's Heidi Smith here, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the United Kingdom, and today I wanted to show you some of the lovely products that we've got coming up in the new catalogue in June. So the first thing is this lovely stamp set called Lovely You. Beautiful fonts and floral images to make some really pretty gifts, and this coordinates as a bundle with 10% off with the new Lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch, which gives you the opportunity to make narrow little borders and sentiment banners as long as you want in 3 different sizes. So there are channels for a half, a 3/4 and a 1 inch, so that's unusual, but you've got 2 different shapes on the end there. I'll show you those in a moment on the project. And then also the Flowers for Every Season DSP. So this comes in a 6x6 pack, and you can see here are the colours. So they're designed for the 4 seasons. So we've got the lovely sunflowers and this pretty pinks, and these are all the new in colours. So this is the Misty Moonlight, this is the Magenta Madness and Bumblebee. Cinnamon Cider on the back there's the Bumblebee again, looks lovely with that. Again a Bumblebee, and then we've got the Magenta Madness on there, Bumblebee on this side, and then all the different colours, so Misty Moonlight and Magenta Madness, and the Just Jade is the green there. This is really pretty. This is the Just Jade on the one side, and then you've got these really bright, vibrant roses on the back. I have to say, some of these I kind of prefer the reverse. For me, I find some of these a little bit overpowering, but we'll work with them. I think in the right circumstance they're going to look really pretty. This is a lovely design in the Bumblebee, and again, look at those colours you've got there, really bright, fun colours. So again, Just Jade on the one side, and then some lovely big florals on the other side. Just Jade, again tulips there in lovely colours, and then the kind of more wintry sort of effect with Just Jade and Cinnamon Cider there, and a really pretty tones of Misty Moonlight. Cinnamon Cider stripes and some poinsettias, and Just Jade, very Christmassy. And then finally Just Jade, and this is another one, look at that, with the super Misty Moonlight and Just Jade and a bit of Cinnamon Cider. So you get you get 48 sheets, I'm sure it's 48 sheets of these, so 4 sheets of each one. So I think there's something for everybody in there. So those are the products I'm using, and actually I'm just going to show you some of my Code Club rewards. So I haven't yet got the new in colour Stampin Blends. Those are going to come as part of my Code Club, but I'm also doing an in colour club. So each month there you get ink pad and cardstock and ribbon and all sorts of things in the including blends in your package. And this is for my Code Club. The rewards is a pair of combo Stampin Blends. So this box is just designed to hold those just perfectly. Just a very simple little box, but I've decorated it on the front with these labels. You can see the 2 different shapes of labels coordinate together, and I've just used a scrap of the new colour as well. So let's get started with our project. So the next one I'm going to do, I'm actually going to make using this paper here, which has got the sunflowers and the Just Jade and the Bumblebee on it. And you're going to start off with a piece of cardstock that's 11 by 20 centimetres, so 4.5 by 8 inches. So there's my 11. Just trim that down to 20. It's by 8 inches. Okay. So on our we're going to score on our 11-inch side. We're going to score at, so it's our short edge, 1.5. Just flip that round. 5, 6.5, and 10 centimetres. Which is 5/8, 2 inches, 2 5/8 and 4 inches. And then on our long edge I'm going to score again at 1.5, and then at 17.5, and then at 19. The beauty of this box is actually it's perfect for a bracelet as well, or some jewellery, or just some treats. So, you know, I mean, I've deliberately sized it for my Stampin Blends as a demonstrator, but if you're making gift boxes for people, then this is a lovely one. As I say, pop a bracelet in, some tissue paper in there, and it would look really, really pretty. So there's our cardstock. For the layer, I think I'm going to use the Bumblebee. So we're going to pop the bit of Bumblebee on there, or should we use the Just Jade? Let's have a look. Maybe the Just Jade, actually. Let's go for Just Jade. Okay, so I'm going to need a piece to go along the top. So my card is going to be 3 centimetres wide. And I'm going to trim that to 15.5 centimetres. So that's my layer. And then my designer series paper, that would be 6 1/8 by 1 1/8. And then my paper is just going to be 2.5 centimetres, and just a tiny bit of trimming, so 6 inches, and by 2.5 centimetres by 15. Okay, so I'm literally just taking just a couple of millimetres off the end there. So that's going to be my layer. I'm going to want some pieces of Whisper White and some contrast colour again. So my Whisper White is 2 centimetres, 3/4 inch, and that's by 7.5 centimetres or 3 inches. So a little piece of Whisper White there, and then again some contrast. So I think this is where I'm going to use my bit of Bumblebee. I'm just going to cut that at 3 inches again, but this time by 1 inch, so 2.5 centimetres. So cut that at 1 inch, and again by 3 inches, so 7.5 centimetres. And there's all our cutting done. Now you will find really useful is a little hole punch. This is the 1/2 inch punch, or any other small circular punch just for the end. So our box, I'm just going to fold and reinforce these creases. Again, box making, use your bone folder, just makes your box come together much better. So at the bottom end, at the one end, this is our top end, we're going to have a little flap, and at the bottom end we're just going to close it in on itself. So we now need to do a little bit of trimming. So you're going to cut away at the bottom this little square, rectangle, and then you're just going to cut up and notch out just as as we usually do, to create the tabs to fold the bottom up. And then on the top, you're going to cut down each of the straights, cut away those skinny little rectangles in the corner, and then and this middle section here, you're just going to trim that. So again, with the flaps, just to take away the bulk, just trim those. And if you use a corner rounder, you can, but I just just angle those off as well. So this is how our box is going to come together. Okay, and we're going to pop our paper on and then add our layers. So use whatever glue suits you. I haven't got my hands on it yet, but we have got some new Stampin' Seal Plus, which I'm really looking forward to using, because that's deliberately designed for our boxes. And you're putting this on the tab. And then we're going to do the same with our paper. So look at those lovely colours, and really love this sort of blue. It's one of my favourite sort of blues really. It's almost like what I would call a French navy, which I think looks absolutely gorgeous. It's one of the colours that actually suits me, and kind of those muted colours really are ones that I often have in my palette. So I'm just going to put some red tape down the edge of the box here, red liner tape, and then just fold that over, possibly not as square as it might be. And then on the end, I'm just going to come in with another bit of red tape actually. And this is on the flap that's the same side as your DSP. There's our little box. Oh, what I haven't done is punched my hole in the end there just to make it easier to open. Luckily it's okay, so it's on the reverse, and I've got enough space. So I'm just going to pop my blends in there now. I say, these, actually, if you wanted to store your blends in these, that it would be great, because actually it does keep them, particularly if you're going off travelling. You could make one in every colour, potentially. But you really want them to be handy. But this is great for, say, for a little gift box. So we're almost there now. But what I am going to use is the beautiful stamp set. So because I'm using Misty Moonlight, I'm actually going to partner that with some Night of Navy. Because that's just going to showcase our oh, and I've got the wrong there we go. So this is my Trust Me You're Lovely, because trust me, my customers are absolutely lovely. There we go, Trust Me You're Lovely. And then the flower I'm just using, because I haven't got my new bumblebee yet, I've got Crushed Curry. So this is to show the sort of coordination. And I've possibly made that a little bit far on the end there. Let's see how we go. So let's bring in my punch. And I'm using this kind of pointy one first, putting it all the way into the end. Oh, just about got away with that, I think. And then all the way to the end again. And then our next little strip is going in this other shape. And again, all the way in, nice and square to the end, and turn it round and all the way in to the end. And you can see that just sits perfectly on the top there. So that gives a really lovely layered effect. If you wanted to have a little bit more showing, then pop it to about 3/4 of an inch, just to create a slightly different border. There we go. And then all we need now is a couple of dimensionals to pop that up. And there we have a pair of pretty gift boxes, suitable for a necklace or a bracelet, or in my case, my pairs of Stampin Blends. So thanks for watching. Come back and see me again soon, and if you'd like to purchase any of the products you've seen today, they're available from the 3rd of June. You can just pop along to my Stampin' Up shop, heidismith.stampinup.net, or if you go to my blog, on this blog post you'll have the links to all the products that you need, along with hopefully the links to the new colours as well. Thank you for watching. Bye now.